Nowadays, it seems like every popular content creator on the internet, every big influencer on the internet is posting reels and TikToks using the same type of style. You might have seen this style. I'm going to show actually just an example of mine so you just know what I'm talking about before we dive in. But you've probably seen videos like this all over the internet. So let's look at this right here. So you see these videos where there's these kind of the whole video is captioned with subtitles, and the subtitles are popping up throughout the entire video, and then there's images popping up and a lot of stuff going on the screen and zooming in, zooming out, all that good stuff. So you've probably seen that online at some point. I'm gonna come back over here while we're out. And so if you've seen that, and likely have seen that unless you've been living on a rock and you do social media, the next obvious question is, how do I do that? Right? So I get a lot of people that message me and ask me all the time, how am I creating these videos? How am I pumping these videos out? What tools am I using? What resources, what teams am I using? And the truth is, there's a lot of ways you can go about doing this. But what I want to share in today's video is actually like a totally free solution that's kind of hacking an existing platform and actually using TikTok, one of the new features inside Ads Manager, to do most of the heavy lifting for you for free, right? Because again, there's tools and software out there that can do transcriptions and things like that and do parts of this. And let me preface this by saying, I'm no influencer or big time content creator, right? But I do put out a lot of content, and I have struggled for a long time of how to level up my content and put out enough volume that also is like looking really good and grabbing attention and all that stuff. So the reason why this is important, so you might be watching this and be like, hey, okay, I've seen these types of videos, but why should I be doing that with my videos for YouTube Shorts, for Reels, for TikToks? And the reason is really quite basic, and that is attention span, right? So the attention span of the average person nowadays is consistently every year lower and lower and lower. It's a lot lower today than it was a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? So you are competing when you're on TikTok, when you're posting, or on Instagram, on Reels posting, you're competing against so much other content, right? And that person has no real loyalty or attachment to you. Maybe your core followers do, but most people are going to see your video either don't know you at all yet or know you very little and don't really care that much. So that's why I always talk about how important the hook is, right? The opening hook is so critical. But beyond the opening hook, you need to keep that person engaged and paying attention through the entire video, right? If you're doing a 30, 45, 60 second plus video, that sounds short, but that's an eternity in social media world, right? That's an eternity on TikTok. And so if you're just shooting a video like this, so YouTube's a little different. If I'm just shooting this video and putting this video up there in a 60-second straight shot of me just talking to you on the camera with nothing changing, unless I am just sharing some crazy tactic, some crazy strategy that is so insanely valuable, chances are I'm not going to keep a lot of people. Most people are going to watch the first second or so, and then they're going to scroll. They're going to swipe up to the next video, right? Or swipe right, they're going to swipe up, whatever it might be. And so what you need to have happening is constant dynamic elements, constant change, movement, motion, changes, animations, text. Things need to be happening every few seconds on that screen. Otherwise, you're going to lose them. So that's why the subtitles are so important, because if you subtitle the entire video, during the entire video, there's new text popping up on the screen, right? And it's good for another reason, which is if people don't have their audio on or they can't hear for whatever reason, this also lets them consume the content, right? So you maximize your audience penetration. So having that text, having the zooming in, the jump cuts, right? And you can do that in InShot, which is another app I'll talk about. That is so critical. So if you're every 2 to 3 seconds, something's happening, something's changing, the likelihood that you're going to keep that person through the entire video is much, much higher than if you don't do that. And especially when it comes to TikTok, one of the core metrics they look at is completion rate and repeat watch rate, right? So if you're getting a lot more people to watch 100% of your video or watch it multiple times, you're going to rank higher. You're going to get distributed to more people, right? In terms of that tiered rollout that TikTok does to larger and larger audiences, you're going to keep graduating, right? Increases your odds of going viral and getting more views than if you don't do that. So anyway, I know this can seem intimidating. The reason most people don't do this because they assume that when you see, Cardone or Vaynerchuk or Hermosi or any of these people that have their videos and they pump all these videos every day and all these videos have text and all this stuff, that they just have so much money and so much resources that that's how they can do it. And it's not for a normal person like me or kind of a mid-tier, bottom tier, whatever influencer content creator, new content creator. I can't afford that. I don't have the capacity to do that. And while it is true that those guys do have the teams, right? They have people that are doing this for them. There is easy solutions for you to do this yourself. And listen, I'm doing a lot of this myself. I have a team that does, a good amount of posting for me, but I post a lot of my content because I don't want to limit myself to just like one post a day. Some days I want to post multiple times. And so what I'm doing is actually using Ads Manager. And so I'm going to hop over here and I'm going to show you guys kind of how you can, let me make sure I'm still in frame a little bit. How you guys can do this, how you can get these videos, right? Where you have the text popping up, we have all that stuff happening throughout the video. You can have that happening throughout. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So it's really, really simple. Basically, if you have a TikTok Ads Manager account, one of the new features, and I actually posted a YouTube video of this a few weeks ago, talking about this new creative kit, toolkit they rolled out. Inside, if I go to assets, right, TikTok Ads Manager, assets, creatives, and then videos, I can come up here to create. Okay, so I'm going to click create new video. And what you can do before this, what I suggest is if you want to use jump cuts, which I'm a big proponent of, which is again that zoom in, zoom out where it keeps the dynamic elements, do that beforehand on your phone. So basically, open InShot, which is the app that I would like to use. InShot, it has a jump cut or slow zoom effect, which are both great. And so you can add those jump cuts throughout the video and then export that video, and that becomes your source video here. You don't want to do the jump cuts after the fact because if you wait till after the fact, the subtitles are already on the video. And so if you jump in too far, the text will also stretch. It might not fit. So you want to do all those edits before you get into here. So once you have that video, you can come into create new video. And then from here, it's going to give you the ability to upload assets. Okay. So you're going to then click upload. You're going to upload your video, right? So let me go over here and I'm just going to pull this. I already did this video today, but we'll just put it in here for old time's sake. So it is going to upload this video. I should probably done this beforehand. It's going to take maybe a minute or so to transcribe. If it takes a little longer, I'll just go back to an older video and walk you through that. Let's see, we'll give it another second here, but yeah, so InShot, jump cut or slow zoom, then export at max res, ideally 4K if you're shooting on a DSLR or a camera, or you can do 1080p, it's fine. Export that and then come into Ads Manager, go to your assets, creative videos, and then come in here to create and then upload that source video. Once that video is done, this fun spinny wheel of transcoding here, I'll be able to then drag it down here. I'm going to not even wait. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab let's see if we can grab an older video here. They all kind of have text overlaid on top of it. Let's just grab this one. It might already have text over it, but it's all right. Okay, so this actually doesn't. So this is good, at least for most of it. So for the beginning part, what I'm going to then do is I added the video, and I'm going to select the video. Okay, so I'm going to click it. And now what I'm going to do is click this little icon here called auto caption. I'm going to click auto caption. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to select the language I want to caption the video in, and I'm going to click generate caption. And it does it really quickly. This is actually a really fast process. I've done it for multi-minute videos as well. And it does them very, very quickly. So there you have it. It is now transcribed and created subtitles for all the audio in the entire video. And then it's broken the text subtitles up into where I'm actually speaking them in the video. So it times them appropriately from when I start the word to when I end the word. And usually if there's a pause or something, that's when it spaces it out. So it does a really good job of pacing and really matching what I'm saying at the right speed. This is where you can get customizable. So this might seem, it's a little, tedious. I think what'll be cool is if TikTok adds the ability to bulk apply some of this stuff, which I'd imagine they're going to do. This is a brand new feature. So it's still 1.0, but I'd imagine they'll eventually allow to bulk select because it'll save you so much time. Once they do that, like bulk editing, this will be like a no-brainer. It's already a no-brainer in my opinion, but it'll be like next level no-brainer. So what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to click the first box of text, which is this right here. So rules for marketers. If I want to make any edits to it, I can up here if I want to add things or if it's misspelled. But honestly, I would say 98 to 90% of the subtitles so far have been 100% accurate in terms of spelling, which is great. Then this is where it's really awesome. So under fonts, you can upload custom fonts. So there's a lot of popular fonts that are being used by the top people. So like Eastman, Roman, Black, for example, is what a lot of the guys use that you probably see. I like using this font. It's a custom font. And you can go to Google Fonts. Go to Google Font. They have so many cool fonts, and find your own that really fits you and stands out. You don't want to just copy everybody else because it just everyone's doing the exact same thing, and so you don't stand out from the crowd. So this is why I wanted to use a different font. So I use this Banger's regular font, which I really like because it's very kind of fun and pops off the screen. So I uploaded this. So now I can use this custom font in all my videos. So I'm going to do Banger regular. I can change left, right, whatever I want aligning there. And when I typically do my settings is I typically do outline and then I do 68. That's the font that I typically use. And then I'm going to drag this down to where I want it on the video. So I'll put it kind of right here. So it's still high enough up, but doesn't cut off my face. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through, and you can even have a VA do this, right? I'm going to go through and I'm just going to do this for all the text. And again, it's once you start doing it, it's really easy. It's really quick to knock out a whole video. If you want to, put them on a slight angle, you could do like 355. That also looks pretty nice. Come in here, 68. You guys get the point, right? And then if I want, I can move it down there. If I want, I can change the font color. So if I want to put like a bright, a lot of people like to use yellow right now or bright green. If I want to do that, you can do it. I like just sticking with the black and white. One, because it saves a lot of time, and two, I think it just looks cosmetically nice and clean. Now, the only additional thing you'd want to think about here, and this is what I do with some of my videos, is as you saw in some of my videos, every so often there's kind of like a GIF or an image that's also overlaid. And so if there's parts of your video where you think you're going to add an emoji or an image, I kind of scope that out as I'm going through. I'm like, okay, this would be a fun spot for an image. So if I'm going to use an image, I'm going to make sure, and you can see there's masking here. So I'm going to put this down as low as I can. That way there's going to be room here to add an emoji, or there's room here to add an image after the fact. So once I finish the subtitles, then I can export this, save it, go back into InShot, and then I can just easily and quickly add the final touches. I can add the images, I can add the emojis, and then I can add that final video little animation that shows my, kind of the like and follow icon animated with a sound. I can add all of that after the fact. So really it's a 3-part process. So part 1 is if I need to, clipping the video together, adding the jump cuts in InShot, then importing into TikTok to do all the auto generation and creation of the subtitles, then saving this. And if I need to, going back into InShot and adding the images, GIFs, emojis, and any type of, outro call to action thing. So 3 parts. I know, again, it might sound like a little time consuming, but compared to what a lot of people are doing, which I know is like they're either using expensive software or they're doing this manually. I know a lot of people that are doing this manually, meaning like inside InShot of these apps, they're actually like typing in the text. And that's crazy to me. That's like insane time consuming. So like this method allows you to pump out multiple videos a day pretty easily with not a massive time commitment. And then so when I'm done with this, I'm going to click confirm once all these have been modified to the font I want to use and the size and style. I'm going to click confirm. And then I'm going to refresh this page. And then what I'm going to do is click the video, right click, save video as, and now I can save it to my Dropbox or Drive or whatever you want. And now I can either use this directly to upload into TikTok, into Reels, into Shorts, or I can save it on my phone, upload an InShot, make the final tweaks that I need to make there on InShot for the video. So there you have it. Again, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. But I think this is like really valuable. I like it because again, it's quick, it's free, it's accurate. And yeah, I always like, again, I'm sure there's some software out there that can do this, transcription software and stuff, or you can hire VAs to do this. But in my opinion, this is super quick, super free, and you can even have a VA train them up to do this for you. And this would allow you, as long as you're able to shoot content, a lot of content, this will allow you to pump out a lot of really good finished video content that you can then share on all the social channels. Again, Shorts, Reels, TikTok, etc. LinkedIn. And again, like I said, because you're doing subtitles throughout, because you're really popping on and off, jump cuts, zooms, you're going to keep people's attention a lot longer than you would if you just upload video. So in my opinion, like if you're already putting the effort into shooting content, which in my opinion is the most time consuming and toughest part to come up with ideas and actually shoot stuff, if you're putting that effort in already, go the extra mile and do this so your video looks really good. It looks really nice and it maximizes the chance it's going to perform really well on the platforms. And as always, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you get all my future videos, all my future tips. And let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.